हेलो एवरीवन, स्वागत है आपका हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल में। आज हम आपके लिए एक नया वीडियो लेके आए हैं। तो वीडियो को स्टार्ट करने से पहले अगर आपने हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो चैनल को ज़रूर से ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करिए और बेल आइकन दबाना बिल्कुल मत भूलिए, ताकि हम फ्यूचर में कोई भी वीडियो बनाएं उसका नोटिफिकेशन सबसे पहले आपको मिल जाए। वीडियो को एंड तक ज़रूर देखिएगा। अगर आपको वीडियो हमारा अच्छा लगता है तो एक लाइक और कमेंट ज़रूर करिएगा। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं वीडियो को। तो आज के टॉपिक में हम आपके लिए बताएंगे व्हाट इज़ बिज़नेस पॉलिसी, इंट्रोडक्शन टू बिज़नेस पॉलिसी। बिज़नेस पॉलिसी होता क्या है, उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, उसके नेचर क्या है। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। बिज़नेस पॉलिसी रिफर टू द गाइडलाइंस सेट बाय एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन ऑर्डर टू मैनेज एंड डायरेक्ट इट्स एक्शन। दे ऑल्सो आउटलाइन द बाउंड्री ऑफ डिसीजन मेकिंग. It is the study of all the roles and responsibilities carried out by top level management. Business policies are the long term plan, which are also termed as strategic management and long range planning. According to Kuntz, the author, the policies delimit an area within which a decision is to be made and assure that the decision will be consistent within the contribution to objectives. So let's talk about the nature of business policy. First is future oriented decision making. Business policy refer to formulation of decision in relation to the future prospect of the existing business. Second is implicit guide. A business policy act as an implicit guide which outline the general limits and direct the action of the manager for the firm. Third is top management activity. These decisions are taken by the top level authority after analyzing the strength and weakness of the firm in terms of product, price, quality, leadership, resource, etc., which are associated with its environment. Fourth is define business objective. A business policy states the main purpose, the organization character, the description of what is to be achieved, and the utilization of resource for achieving business objective. Fifth is proper allocation of scarce resource. It focuses mainly on the allocation of scarce resource. Theoretically, strategy is a method of allocating resource, while planning is to set boundaries of distributions. Sixth is longevity. All business policies are long term. These are formulated after a comprehensive assessment of several internal and external factors which influence the market position of a firm. Next is importance of business policy. First is coordination. Business policy help in coordinating the organization activities toward the business objective. This foster uniformity of action within the entire firm. These policy not only encourage cooperate but also stimulate initiatives. Next is quick decision making. Policies facilitate the lower level management to take quick decision. It also defines the limit within which decisions have to be taken. This enables the subordinate to take decision confidently without approaching their superior. Next is effective control. A logical basis of evaluation for the performance of a firm is provided by business policies. They also ensure that there is a coordination between organizational objective and activities. They eliminate any kind of divergence in the action planned by the firm. Next is decentralization. Business policy clearly defines the role and responsibility of the executive, which help in decentralization of the activities. The delegation of authority is given to executives so that they can efficiently follow the business policy. Fifth is internal control. Policy acts as an internal control mechanism of the firm. This helps in controlling the behavior of a few employees and not all of them. A firm may have a policy that, while counting the money to employ, must be present, and they must also sign the record where the calculated money is noted down. The policy must be obliged under the auditing process, or else this may prove a weak link to the internal control. Next is reduce cost. There is a need to minimize the cost of the firm. This can be achieved by find out the best price for the firm requirement, like cheap supplier with good quality material. It can also be done by minimize financial loss such as financial error, employee fraud, etc. When a business frames a policy which states the possible risk factor and wants its employee to know them, this may create a need for risk management. It is important to ensure that employee must abide by the business policy which direct toward risk minimization. Next is developing culture. Business policy encourages the employee to keep learning and enhance their job knowledge. The employee must find out and read the business policy and update the policy annually by developing a procedure. Next is purpose of business policy. First is to integrate the knowledge gained in various functional areas of management. Second is to adopt generalist approach of problem solving. Third is to understand the complex interlinkage operating within an organization through the use of system approach to decision making and relating them to change take place in the external environment. Objective of business policy. Objective may be in terms of knowledge, in terms of attitude, and in terms of skills. So let's talk about the in terms of knowledge. First is learner understand the various concepts like strategy, plan, program, etc. It gives knowledge about the environment, that is external, internal, and how it affects the functioning of an organization. Through the tool of analysis and diagnosis, a learner can understand the environment in which the firm operates. Information about environment help in the determination Information about the environment help in determination of the mission, objective, and strategies of the firm. Through the knowledge gained in business policy, the learner is able to visualize and how implementation can take place. Next is to survey the literature and learn about the searches taking place in the field. Next is in term of skill. First is attainment of knowledge lead to development of skill. Developed an analytical ability and use it to understand the situation. Third is develop the skill of identifying factors relevant in decision making. Fourth is increase the mental ability of learner and enable learner to link theory with practices. Next is lead to development of oral as well as written communication skills. Next is in terms of attitude. First is development of generalist attitude enable the learner to approach and assess a situation from all possible angles. A generalist is able to function under condition of partial ignorance by using his judgment. An important attitude is to go beyond and think when a faced problematic situation. It developed a creative and innovative attitude which is the hallmark of general manager. Strategic management process. It is a distinct process which the management uses to select strategies that will help the organization in improving its performance. Strategic management also enables the organization to set realistic goals so that it is able to compete with existing and potential competitor. So let's talk about the process of strategic management. First is setting up strategic intent. It refers to predefined future state that the organization planning to reach within stipulated period of time. Strategic intent include mission, vision, and objective. What is vision? Vision is the statement that expresses organizational ultimate long-run objectives. It is what the firm ultimately likely to become. Vision once formed is forever and long-lasting for years to come. Vision is closely related to strategic intent and is forward thinking process. Next is mission. It tells us who we are and what we as well as what we would like to become. Mission of a business is the fundamental unique purpose that sets it apart from other firms of its kind and identities. The scope of its operation in product and market terms. Third is objective. These are the end result of planned activity that states what is to be accomplished by and when should be quantified if possible. And this achievement should result in fulfillment of corporation mission. Objective state specifically how the goal shall be achieved. Following are the area of setting objective, profit, marketing, production, objective, etc. Second is a strategy formulation. It refers to the process of choosing the most appropriate course of action for the realization of organizational goal and objective and thereby achieving the organization vision. For choosing most appropriate course of action, appraisal of organization and environmental is done with the help of SWOT analysis. First is environmental analysis. The environment of any organization is the aggregate of all condition, events, and influence that surrounds and affects it. It is a dynamic and consists of external and internal environment. The external environment include all the factors outside the organization which provide opportunity or pose threat to the organization. And the internal environment refers to all the factors within an organization which impart strength or cause weakness of a strategic nature. Second is organizational appraisal. It is a process of observing an organizational internal environment to identify the strength and weakness that may influence the organizational ability to achieve goals. The analysis of corporate capability, a weakness becomes a prerequisite for successful formulation and reformulation of corporate strategies. Their analysis can be done at various levels functional, divisional, and corporate. Third is strategy implementation. It is the action stage of strategic management. It refers to decisions that are made to install new strategy or reinforce existing strategy. First one is designing structure, process, and system. Strategy implementation include the making of decision with regard to organizational structure, developing budget, programs, and procedure in order to accomplish certain activities. Second is functional implementation. It is carried out through functional plan and policy in 5 different areas, that is marketing, finance, operation, personnel, and information management. Next is behavioral implementation. It denote mobilize, employ, and manager to put and formulate strategies into actions and require personal discipline, commitments, and sacrifice. It depends upon manager ability to motivate employee. Fourth is operationalizing strategy. It includes established annual objectives, devising policy, and allocating resource. Fourth step is strategy evaluation and control. Evaluation is the primary means to know when and why particular strategy are not working well. It process in which corporate objective and performance results are monitored so that actual performance can be compared with the desired performance. Thus, this include activities, review external and internal factors that are basis for current strategy. Under this, strategic control is in this organization determine what to control, that is what objective organization hope to accomplish, set control standard, measure performance. Comparing the actual with the standard performance, determine the reason for deviation, and finally take corrective action and review the policies and activity if needed. Thanks for watching my video till the end, and if you like my video, please press the like button, and if you have any query, please comment me in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.